Hello, this is Revd Deborah Matthews, Vicar of St Michael's and All Saints, and welcome to my thought for Lent. I'd like to begin by saying how good it is to be with you again. As some of you will know, at the beginning of the year, along with many others, I caught COVID, and I've been feeling quite poorly, although I'm feeling much better now, but I've had to take a break from some of my commitments and scale back on others. During this time, I've had a good opportunity to think about the things that really matter to me as we enter into this period of Lent for 2021, as well as having the first dry January for some years. Well, we might think that we have had a whole year of Lent, giving up cuddles, gatherings and parties, and many of the leisure pursuits that we enjoy. So why would we want to be giving up something else for Lent? Well, we give things up or take things on to help us to focus on God and to put aside the things that get in the way. And Lent is not about making us feel bad, and it's not about making us feel superior or good either. In one of the Lenten readings, we hear a discussion between Peter and Jesus. It follows on from Peter being praised by Jesus for recognising that Jesus is the Messiah. But then Jesus goes on to tell his disciples that he must undergo great suffering and rejection and death. Peter refuses to believe that Jesus' ministry will lead to suffering and death. That does not fit in with his expectation of Jesus as the Messiah, so he doesn't want to hear it. None of us like to hear bad news, so when Jesus told Peter what was facing them, we can understand Peter's response. There must be another way, or maybe a way out from this awful prediction. Well, I wonder how often we change direction in life because we're afraid of something. Jesus knew that Peter's idea of what it meant to be the Messiah only looked to the glory and ignored the pain. Jesus himself had already faced the temptations to glory and power, and he had withstood them. He knew that his calling was not about fame and success. We often hear people talk about having their cross to bear, and this can be true for most of us at some point in our lives, but it will be different for everyone. We may not always feel that we have any choice about what happens to us, but we do have a choice about the way we respond to it. Jesus could have gone back to his family and resumed his life, following the path that was expected of him. But that would have been denying his vocation and choosing a less dangerous life. Instead, Jesus was obedient to God's call and went on to fulfill his destiny. But that doesn't mean that he wouldn't have been afraid. Jesus has shown us how to deal with our fears, to put our trust in him and pray that we will be supported by his presence with us always. There will be times in all of our lives, either in our past or in the years to come, when we have to go the way which we know to be right, even if it has never promised to be the painless route. Throughout the centuries and even today, there are Christians carrying their own cross, refusing to give up on their faith while being persecuted and martyred. In this country, believing in Jesus does not cause us to be afraid. We do not risk persecution, but we do need to guard against becoming complacent about our faith. Jesus tells his disciples that those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for his sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. This is what Peter couldn't understand to begin with. He couldn't see beyond the cross. And when we are in a dark place, carrying a heavy burden and scared for the future, it is hard to see beyond the cross. But with faith and determination to continue our journey with Jesus, we, like Peter, can begin to see the new life that shines through the darkness on Easter morning. God bless you, and hope to be with you again very soon. Have a good week.